Dripset.
Yo, what's good, man? Dripset here, back with another video. Today, man, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about how to brand yourself as a producer. Now, I get this question too many times, man. I get it every day. Yo, how do you brand yourself? How do you brand yourself as a producer? How you supposed to brand yourself? And you know, like, with the tides changing and producers coming more and more out there and being the face of their music, you know, you have to have a brand in order to move on and do bigger things. So having a brand is definitely important, and at least every producer should have some sort of type of brand when it comes to their music. Now, what I mean by brand is basically your professional image. Now, when you think of a professional image, you probably think like, oh, it has to be top notch, high quality, like a company. And the thing is, it doesn't have to necessarily be like that, especially for producers. You know, your brand is more like your personality in a sense. It's basically what makes you unique and it's what separates you from everybody else. So having one and having a good one is definitely important in today's day and age. Now, I'm basically gonna break this down into 3 parts. So the first part is know yourself. Now, I can already hear you guys, yo, I know about myself. What? Like, how am I supposed to know about I already know about myself. I'm myself. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I mean is knowing everything about yourself. Knowing what type of music you make, knowing what image you're giving off to people, know what you like, know what you recommend to other people, know what type of content you put out, all that type of stuff. Once you know everything about you, you'll know how to market better and you know how to brand yourself, because then you know what to work with. And also, by knowing yourself, you should know what you're trying to do as a producer. Yo, there's so many different lanes you could take as a producer. For example, if you want to, you know, make soundtracks for TV shows and stuff like that, you could take that route. If you want to sell your beats, you could take that route. If you want to go the placement way and, you know, get a Hot 100 and get a Grammy or something like that, you could take it that way. If you want to put out beats and put out a beat tape and beat instrumentals, you could do that. You could do everything I just said. But if you don't know what you're doing and you switch it up every 3 months, your brand's gonna suffer. You know, if I know that I'm trying to get placements, I'm gonna brand myself differently from a producer that's trying to put out a beat tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different levels to this. So you can't just not know about yourself and know what you're trying to do. So know exactly what you're trying to do, and it'll 100% help you in trying to get your brand out there and make it stronger. Now, once you know exactly who you are and what you do, the next thing you need to know is who your audience is. Now, what I mean by that, as producers, I don't know a lot of us who really look at, you know, the people who are watching our stuff and listening to our beats. I feel like a lot of us just assume that they're just people and they don't really look into it. And that's why the brand isn't really working as much, because they don't even know their audience. You know, there's a huge difference between like 30-year-old artists listening to your beats and 15-year-old producers. You have to brand yourself entirely different depending on who your audience is. So you need to know everything that you can. Like, literally write notes. Like, put pen to paper, write notes. And I already know you guys are like, yo, write notes on what? Don't worry, let me explain. Basically, the easiest way to find out about who listens to your beats and what your audience is just asking them. Literally, just ask them. That's all. That's all you gotta do. Go on Instagram, go on Twitter, put out a poll. Oh, what age are you guys? Where are you guys from? What music do you listen to? All that. And just write down the results. Literally write down everything. Everything about your demographic. Literally leave nothing out. And you know, if you're doing that and you're not getting the engagement that you want, or you don't have a big enough fan base, you're just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Literally go through your followers, go through your likes, go to every single person you talk to on the DMs that follows you, everything. Look at everybody, write down their age, what they like, what are they liking the most from your music. Literally write that all down. Once you have everything in front of you and you can look at it, bro, branding yourself is way easier. Oh, and one more thing, I completely forgot about this. Instagram has analytics if you have a business page. So get a business page for your producer, anything. You can literally see your demographic. Like, literally, they show you in pictures, you know, what age, where are they from, what are they liking the most. Literally, it helps you out so much. So if you're not already on it, you should be on it. Now, for those who might not be really getting it right now, I'm gonna just put myself as an example so you guys can, you know, kind of see what I'm talking about here. I know for myself, I strictly make trap stuff, like real hard trap stuff, like, you know, no type of boom bap. I don't do that. You know, I also do a lot of ambient type of trap stuff. Like, that's my main point, and that's what a lot of people like to see from me. Since I know that I'm from New York, a lot of my stuff appeals to the East Coast, whether it's Atlanta, New York, New Jersey. Like, that's where most of my stuff is going on. So I know that about myself. I also know that my demographic is usually from, like, I would like to say maybe 15 to like 27. I think that's the numbers on it. I don't have the numbers for me exactly, but that's basically the range. And it's more kind of on like the, I want to say 18 to 22 side, but basically, since I know all of that, I'm able to market myself more to those type of people, because those are the people that I connect to the most on like a basic human level. Like, that's pretty much it. You have to find who connects to you the most, and you'll find that by knowing yourself and knowing who's out there. Now, the third and final thing that can help you brand yourself is finding what works and sticking to it. For this one, basically, you have to search and find what works for you and just stick with it. Literally try everything within your range of what you like to do the most. I'm not saying don't do something that you don't like doing, because then you're gonna have a horrible time doing it and then you're not gonna want to do it. Find something that you like doing. Anything. Try out anything that you like doing. Find out more things about yourself and try to find something that you like doing in production in general, and then get that out to the people, give that out to your audience. Basically, just give them everything and anything you can, and find out what's working within that and just stick with that. Now, I already know people are gonna be like, yo, you can't just stick to one thing. You have to try out. That's how you get played out. No, look, what I mean by this is, once you find something that really works, don't be like, yo, you know what, that worked. Now I'm gonna try something completely different. Now the next time I do it, I'm gonna just do it completely different. No, do exactly what you're doing and just keep doing it. What happens with that is basically it creates a snowball, and when you keep on doing that, and what works, it just grows and grows and grows. And then once you see that real growth, like that hundreds of followers, hundreds of listens, hundreds of like all that, once you get that per day and you really start growing, then you could branch out and do whatever you want to do, because then you already reached the platform that you can't really go under from. Once you have that support, then you could try different things. But if you're trying to build your brand, you have to try out things with your audience to see what they like. And if you don't believe me, there's actual proof of real businesses doing that. Apple, every time they have something different, what do? They have a little select group of people and they test it. And if it works, okay, they'll give it to everybody. If it doesn't work, they won't do it. For fast food, what they'll do is they'll try something and put something new on the menu in, only Arizona. And then they'll, test it out. If it works, they'll give it to everybody. If it doesn't, they'll shelf it. But as you can see, real businesses are doing that. So you have to apply that to your own, because if you're building a brand, you're building a business. So yeah, like I said, you have to know yourself, know who your audience is, and then find what works and works with it. Literally, that's what you got to do. And once you get to that third, you literally have to keep on trying. That's it. There's no real key, there's no real secret, nothing. If there was a secret, it would have been discovered and everybody would have knew about it. Those are called waves and trends. As you can see, those waves and those trends, they don't last for long. They go up, but then they go down. To really establish yourself and have a real strong, valid backing, you have to build yourself through this. And once you do that, man, I'm confident you'll have the best brand you could build. Now, I hope you got something from this. I hope you enjoyed. Stay cooking, stay dripping.